Guys, we are in the basement, and today guys, here on John Sucks at Video Games, we're gonna do a product unboxing. Yes, we're gonna do a product review. We're gonna test out a product and see how good or bad it is. And of course, we are talking about the Steam Link, which I have right here. Now listen, let's quickly review, okay? Because if you guys remember, in the previous videos, I built myself a gaming PC. My first gaming PC in like 15 years, okay? And I've been loving it. It was a massive success. And by the way, if you guys want to see the whole build, go back to my previous videos. It was a 6-part series. And what was cool about it too is we built a 21:9 gaming PC. And it's been awesome playing games at that super wide aspect ratio. But anyway, I've been playing games down here. I've been thoroughly enjoying it. In fact, even I've been playing with an Xbox controller, you know, some of the games like Call of Duty. And also my buddy Matt McCarthy shared his Steam library with me through family sharing, and all of a sudden I have like 400 games in my library, and I'm like, wow, this is really fun. But wouldn't it be even more fun if I could play these games in my living room with this controller, right? So of course, Valve comes out with the Steam Link, and I've yet to open this or even try it, but the idea here is that you can stream games from your PC to this device to any TV in your house and on your network, okay? And in this video here, we're gonna use an Ethernet cable because I think that's gonna be the best way to do this. I wouldn't personally mess around with Wi-Fi, and actually, luckily, upstairs in my entertainment center, I have like a little Ethernet switch already because my Xbox One is wired and my PS3 was wired. I've always ran wired for my gaming, and so I can easily hook this up to my Ethernet upstairs. But what we're gonna do today is I wanna test it down here in the basement using this little crappy TV. But anyway, first things first, why don't we open this up and see what's going on? And by the way, I prepared here. I got an HDMI cable ready to go. I ran Ethernet over here. Actually, no, I didn't. I have to go run that really quick. But anyway, let's open this up and let's just see what's going on with the Steam Link. And here's the little crappy TV we're gonna use. Yeah, it's like a 20-inch cheapo TV, but it'll definitely tell us whether or not this thing works or not, or at least how it works. So let's open this up. And presentation here, I don't know. I don't really want to do like an unboxing video where we could critique every little detail here, but let's just open it up and get this thing out of here. You know, Apple obviously influences everything these days when it comes to packaging. You know, everything's got to be elite and an experience when you open it up. God, this is tough to open here. Probably should grab a knife, but let's just open this up really quick, please. Okay, so here it is. So here is the Steam Link. It looks like it's about the size of a like a USB drive that you would plug into your computer. So on the back here, it's got HDMI, Ethernet, and then 2 USB ports. Okay, so there's that. And I'm hoping we can get this thing going without any instructions, but we'll pull them out just in case. Okay, and then also in here, I'm guessing is the power supply, the wall wart for this. So let's kind of open this up. And you know, I don't really have a Steam-approved controller for this because the Xbox One controller is not technically supported. Oh, wow, look at this. Okay, so they gave us all kinds of adapters for the rest of the world. Of course, we have the US plug right here, but it came with, like, you know, Hong Kong, UK, whatever, plug, and China, and who knows what else. So, all right, let's pull this out. And so we get the power supply. And it looks like they also included, oh wow, they included an Ethernet cable. That's nice. And also a HDMI cable. That's pretty good. You know, this thing was only 50 bucks. That's actually that's a pretty good value there to include all those little extras. Like, they didn't have to give you all those individual adapters for the power supply. All right, so we're gonna plug this into an outlet over here, and I'm gonna run it to the Steam Link. And I'm wondering how we're gonna like join the network and stuff without a keyboard. I guess if we're using Ethernet, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so the power's plugged in. We've got a little green light here. I'm gonna go grab my Ethernet cable and we'll plug it in here. Okay, so we ran some Ethernet cable over here, and let's plug that in. And now we need our video to our television here, and I have an HDMI cable. And yeah, this is a big mess right now. But what I was saying before is I don't have, okay, so actually, okay, it's already turning on here. So it says it's restarting to apply updates, typical Valve fashion. I mean, Steam is constantly being updated. All right, so let's see what happens here. Okay, so it's doing something. Okay, I don't know what it's doing. So it looks like it's updating itself. I'm guessing. Let me just kind of thumb through the quick start guide. Okay, so we're gonna let it update itself. Applying system update. It says for full link experience, log into Steam to download this. To download Steam, I already did that. Okay. I'm gonna go on my computer right now and make sure Steam is running. So while it's doing that update, I'm gonna come over here and I'm just gonna launch Steam. All right, so Steam is now running on my PC. So what's it doing right now? It's still updating. So we're at 74%, 76. You know what? I'm gonna let it just do its updates, and then when we get past this screen here, I'll come back. Okay, so it's done updating, and right now it's saying to us, hey, plug in a USB keyboard, mouse, or gamepad, or use the Steam controller via USB as well, or USB with a dongle, I guess. I don't know what that symbol is. So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna try using an Xbox One controller with the USB cord. Now this works with my PC. So all I do is I just take a USB cable and I just plug it into my PC. And you got to use one of the smaller, USB cables like a modern phone would use, a modern Android, and then just plug it in the back of the controller. And if I do this with my PC, it always works. Okay, so that worked. It did recognize it, and we're in business. Now, I did order the Xbox 360 dongle because that's kind of how I'm going to be going down here with the PC. I'm going to use my 360 controller, and I heard that does work with Steam Link. Okay, so right now it wants me to choose my language. So let's do English. It's searching for computer. Okay, so I chose the computer that was on my network that had my Steam library on it, and now it wants me to go to my PC and enter this code. Okay, so let's go over to the PC, and we're gonna put that code in, which is 5950. And so my PC's over here, and you can see now a little dialog box has popped up on my computer that was not there before. And so we're gonna do 5950. Okay, success. Okay, so we entered the code in our computer, and let's go back over here now and see what's going on. And that's it. So there you go. That's my PC. I'm looking at my PC on this TV now, like literally the entire PC. So let's go to. All right. So now I think if I press the Xbox home button, there you go. It launches big picture mode, which is what we want because we don't want to use that Windows thing to run our Steam Link. We want to use this big picture mode, which is like a console type experience. So, all right, let's try a game. So let's go to library. Not sure if I have any sound. Let me turn the volume up on this television. Okay, so here's my library. Let's try this Sonic racing game, which I've actually never played it. This would be a great game oh, I have to install it. Whoops. Okay, we can't try that because it's not installed. All right, so let's just go for it. Let's play Call of Duty. So we're gonna go to play. But guys, that was super easy to do, right? I mean, we're up and running here in a matter of minutes. Okay, so do you see what it just did though? It just made, because my monitor's resolution is 2560 by 1080, right? And the resolution of this television is what, 1920 by 1080, or it might be 720p, I don't know. But it just letterboxed the television to match the aspect ratio of my PC. How come I don't have any sound? I don't have any sound. Oh no, the sound's there. It's really low. Could just be the shitty TV. right. Find a match. Core. Team deathmatch. So far, so good, right? It looks good. It feels right. I mean, the gameplay obviously is going to be the big determiner here. Determiner? The gameplay is going to really determine this is actually good. I gotta say, I don't mind the letterboxing because I'm getting my 21:9 aspect ratio, but on this television, I mean, I could go to my PC right now and change my default resolution to 1920 by 1080, and we wouldn't have the letterboxing. Still searching for player. What's going on here? I don't know why the sound is so low. It's really weird. And why is it not finding any players? All right, there we go. All right, so far so good. All right. Huh. This feels pretty all right, guys. I mean, we'll know soon, but I'm not detecting any kind of lag or anything. Got a kill. That's a good sign. Ah. Guys, this feels really good. I have to say. It absolutely does. Now, I have no idea how this would be on a Wi-Fi network. Would it be worse? Probably. I mean, I think if you're going to do this, you want to stick with Ethernet. I didn't even consider trying the Wi-Fi, but maybe it works just as well. But I feel like I'm totally in control here. I don't feel like I'm dying because it's the lag's fault. I feel like I'm dying because it's my fault. Die! So yeah, I think we get the idea. So I'm gonna press the Xbox home button, and it takes me to this. I can go to exit game, close, all right?
She's gone.
So I go to exit game, close, and then it goes back to this menu. That's pretty great, guys. So press B for back. So resume, explore. LB brings us to the web. Okay, that's cool. We can go to Google, Twitter, Reddit. Kind of like that. RB is friends. Current history. So videos. We came out. I don't have any videos in my library. So I wonder if. Let's see. So we could add YouTube on here, and we could use this to watch, YouTube videos. I'm wondering if you can put Netflix on this thing. I mean, could this be like a replacement for an Apple TV or something like that?
On your mark.
So if I go to the store, like I'm just curious, like what kind of. No, I've never seen Netflix in here, so I don't know. I'm curious about that though. So based on what I've experienced here so far, guys, this thing's totally worth $50. Now, again, I did the Ethernet thing. I didn't do Wi-Fi. I think that's what you want to do, right? You don't want to mess around with Wi-Fi with this streaming stuff, especially if you're playing a game that, where you really need every every ping, you know, every latency, every pixel, every whatever, you know, I think you're going to want to go Ethernet. But I'm, what can I say? I'm impressed by this thing. It was super easy to set up. It uses my Xbox controller. I'm curious to see when I get the dongle for the Xbox 360. I know it's going to work because I read that they do support the 360 controller, and I've got a bunch of those. So yeah, that's it. That's Steam Link. I mean, for $50, that was pretty awesome. You got to say so. So yeah, Steam Link, guys. All right, so what do you want? Do you want to do some viewer mail real quick? I do actually have 1 second here. All right, guys, I printed some viewer mail here. And by the way, if you want to participate in the viewer mail segment, you need to email them to me at blkdog7@gmail.com. That's blkdog7@gmail.com. In the subject line, important, you got to put John space sucks, okay? John sucks. Otherwise, I won't find it because that's how I find them. I search in my email by subject line. Okay, here we go. Okay, the first one here is from Scott Washburn. He says, John, have you noticed any significant improvement in performance for your new gaming PC at video editing and or rendering? How long does it take to upload? Thanks, Scott Washburn. Well, Scott, yeah, it's stupid fast. Because, you know, I used to do all my videos on my Mac Mini. And it's an i7 Mac Mini with 16 gigs of RAM. And, you know, I did kind of pay a premium for that computer. I think it was $1,200 or something. And this computer I built, my new PC, is literally more than 2 times faster than the Mac Mini in rendering, okay? Because I film all my videos 1080p, 60 frames per second. And, you know, that's a lot of data. And it takes a long time to render. My Mac Mini before, let's say I had an hour-long video. And by, you know, when you're done editing, you have to render the video, right? And it basically chews on all the footage and puts together a file for you, okay, that you upload to YouTube. So before, when I was done editing and if the video was an hour long and I hit the render button, it would take over 2 times as long as the video to render, okay? So if the video was an hour, it would take somewhere between 2 and 3 hours to render it usually. Sometimes it would be weird. It would be like an hour and a half or an hour and 45 minutes, but typically it was at least 2 times longer than the length of the video. So usually a 1 hour video was 2 hours or longer. With my new PC, if I have a 1 hour long video, it renders in faster than real time, okay? So if the video is an hour, it renders in less than an hour. Usually it's around 53 minutes or 50 minutes. So if I have a 60-minute video, usually it takes about 50 minutes, somewhere around there. So that is more than twice as fast as my old Mac Mini. So that gaming PC is kick butt, guys. And it's a 6-core, you know, i7 processor with 32 gigs of RAM. So it's significantly more beefier than my Mac Mini. So yes. And by the way, the upload speed doesn't change because you know, I have to then upload the video to YouTube after it renders. That hasn't changed. If anything, YouTube's taking longer to render my videos. I don't know what's going on. Like, I just did my best of John's Arcade video, and it took them like 12 hours or more to process that video before it was viewable. It sucked. All right, next one here is from Craig. Hey, John, now that you have your beast built and fine-looking one, it is too, I would like to see what it can do in the music production. He says, I'm a sound and stage and sound engineer in the UK, so I get to mix and work with all sorts of bands. Would love to mix the Kill Screens live, LOL. And by the way, yes, my band is called the Kill Screens. Our CD's on Amazon and iTunes and even Spotify. The album's called Science Fiction Movie by the Kill Screens, and we're about to release a remix CD and then also our second studio album. Okay, anyway, I digress. He says, I do most of my production using Cubase. Now, I know your other passion is your music, so would it be possible to take a look at how you did do your production, tips, etc., and also the software you use, maybe even show us you playing guitar? I know you did that one way back with the John's Arcade music, but I was thinking more down the lines of your kill screen stuff. I think there'd be a lot of interest, and I think this channel is great to see the other side of John and what your other interests are. Happy New Year to you and your family, your buddy Craig in Birmingham. Well, Craig, you know, I do all my music on the Mac, and I was wondering, once I got this gaming PC built, if I was gonna wanna switch from Mac to PC for audio, and I've decided not to do it because I got too much invested in software and plugins and just my host setup down here with my studio monitors and the unbox Pro 3. Is it the 3 or 2? I don't know. My unbox, which is my audio interface for Pro Tools. I'm not screwing this up. This setup right here just works so well for me. I have my unbox right here, which is unbox Pro, which is a FireWire interface. Actually, no, is it FireWire? I don't know. Yeah, I think you can do USB, but it's FireWire. I'm running it with FireWire, and I got my USB audio, FireWire audio drives. I have my Yamaha monitors, which I love, and this is it. This is my recording station right here, and I'm not changing it. And yeah, I know. I guess we could show some of that. I know that we did do that on John's Arcade. I kind of came down here and made a little song on the fly, and you guys kind of got a little glimpse into my little Pro Tools world. But yeah, okay, I'll consider that. This might be a good channel to do that kind of stuff because I certainly love doing it, and I'm not going to switch to Cubase. I'm a Pro Tools guy. My buddy Matt McCarthy uses Cubase though. He loves it, but I'm sticking with Pro Tools. I got too much time invested in that software. I'm not leaving. So Craig, I will consider that. All right, let's go on to our next viewer mail here. This one is from Justin. He says, "Hey, John," and by the way, I got a bunch of messages like this on YouTube and in my email, just guys giving me suggestions and help and tips and tricks for using Windows 10. Especially if you're used to Windows 7 and 8 like I was, because Windows 10 is a lot different. They move stuff around, they changed the way things were named, and so it's been a little tricky, not hard, just you have to kind of rethink stuff to find certain things. But anyway, hey John, I just watched your PC build series and just upgraded from Windows 7 to 10 back in July. I use Windows 7 at work and have grown very comfortable with it, especially the start menu layout, etc. Yeah, me too. Windows 7 is pretty good. I use that all the time at work and have for a bunch of years here. Going on, after getting Windows 10, I was really not happy with the start menu in 10, nor the tiles that are forced on there, or the standard games that are filled with ads, and don't feel very secure to me. Yeah, it is definitely different. The operating system feels more connected to the internet, like it's more live. It's trying to force feed you news and stuff with Cortana. So I don't mind it though. I have to admit, just because I'm kind of being really open-minded with this PC build and Windows 10. So for me so far, I don't mind that stuff, and I don't really have any privacy concerns. I know a lot of people do, but maybe I'm naive. I don't know. I mean, come on, our smartphones, everything is connected now. Every Google, everything knows what you're doing, so I don't know. Anyway, the first thing I searched for was a way to get back the old start menu, he says. But of course, Microsoft deleted that option, forcing you to go with the tablet-style setup that 10 incorporates. Thankfully, there is a free software out there called Classic Shell, which allows you to set up your start menu just as if it was Windows 7. It is a great piece of software and has not caused me any issues at all. Listen, the old John would have done this. I would have sought out Classic Shell. I would have tried to make my Windows 10 machine look like Windows 98, and I actually did that on my Windows 7 machine at work. It's completely stripped down. I have no glamorous anything. My taskbar and my start menu is like flat gray. It looks like Windows 98. I don't have any effects or anything when Windows are minimizing so I agree with you. I like that. But again, I'm having an open mind here with this PC, and the thing's plenty powerful, so I'm not worried about resources that stuff might be taking up. So I'm having an open mind here, and I'm going to run with Windows 10, because I want to experience the modern operating system that Microsoft's making here. But anyway, going on. But it's not a bad idea. I don't think I'm going to do it. Another program that I've heard I had on my computer, he says, for the longest time is called Real Temp. I have it run at boot up, and in the bottom right corner by my clock, it shows me the current temperature of the CPU and my GPU. Now, this idea I like here. So it's called Real Temp. I'll look into this. I like the idea of having my temperature there all the time. I actually have something like that installed on my Mac Mini that has the temperature on the top all the time of my CPU. And I actually installed that recently to use that as a benchmark to compare to my PC, because I figured Apple, a factory Mac Mini, would have correct temperatures, and also it's an i7, so I thought I could compare those temperatures, and actually the Mac Mini is running hotter than my PC, which is good. But, when I've been testing my temperature on the PC, I've been launching like the MSI apps, or running hardware monitor. And those are more or less spot checks, though, because you have to launch the app, see the temperature, and then just close it, So I'll check out this little real temp thing, and that goes in the bottom right corner. I like that idea. And also, he says, finally, and this really isn't a major need, is some software found online that will install old Windows 7 style games like Solitaire, Minesweep, etc. Not the new versions that bug you with the ads and are visually offensive and frankly suck. I don't recall the exact name of it, but it's easy to find in Google. Well, I don't really play Minesweeper or Solitaire, but maybe someone out there would like that tip there. I don't think I played Minesweeper since like Windows 95. And it was kind of like a joke, I think, that they never updated it. Same thing with Solitaire. But anyway, going on. Anyway, enjoy the new rig. Nothing like the smell and feel of brand new electronics running. Warm regards, Justin. So. All right, anyway, thanks, Justin. Thanks, guys, for writing in. Again, if you want to send viewer mail, blkdog7@gmail.com. So anyway, that's the Steam Link video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, I know we didn't really try it out for very long, did we? But I think over time, as I try this out and use it more and more, I will really get a sense for just how great it is or bad it is. But just based on our really quick, brief test there, that's pretty okay. I mean, especially Call of Duty. I mean, we were playing Black Ops 3. That's a pretty intense game where you definitely need high frame rates and low latency, and I wasn't sensing any kind of delay when we were playing, so I'm pretty optimistic. I do think that Ethernet, this is my hunch at least, is definitely the way to go. So, but for $50, I gotta say, that's a pretty great device. That device is pretty tight for $50. So, anyway, guys, that's it. I hope you liked the NVIDIA. I hope you liked the video. And by the way, if you guys have never subscribed to this channel, go ahead and click subscribe. I try to release videos as often as I can, because I do have another channel called John's Arcade, and that's why we're in an arcade down here, guys. So if you're not aware, go check out my other channel, John's Arcade. I release videos there 1 or 2 times a week, and then this channel, when I can, at least once a week. So if you want to keep up with the videos, click subscribe, and of course, again, check out my other channel, John's Arcade. God, that light's getting brighter. And then also check out my 2 podcasts. Video Game Outsiders at videogameoutsiders.com and Arcade Outsiders at arcadeoutsiders.com. So anyway, that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll talk to you very soon. Later, and bye!